Now, another corona topic I wanted to get into, because if we don't have massive numbers of the virus anymore, we're learning more about the massive fraud numbers that have collected over the last couple of years. I'm talking about the financial fraud, of course, as in the money that was fraudulently claimed or stolen during all the various government handouts of the last 2 years. This week, NBC reported that over $200 billion of just pandemic-related state unemployment benefits have been outright stolen through fake claims. So this does not include fraud related to stimulus checks, which you can bet is very high. This does not include fraud related to forgivable business loans, which we know is very high. In California, there were businesses started on the premise of helping people claim these forgivable business loans fraudulently. They were lined up outside in person. Here, create a fraudulent LLC and cash in.
Yikes.
So none of this is included in that figure. This only includes unemployment fraud. And remember, over the last couple of years, there was federal supplementation for many months. So unemployment that states already had, and the federal government tacked on, I think it was $600 extra a month or something like that, such that many people on unemployment were making more money not working than they were before the virus when they were working. One of the many problems we created, and that's even if the people were being honest in making their claims. A lot of them weren't honest, as noted in the piece, which we'll get to in a moment. $200 billion is more than all the revenues of Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., in some recent years. They're right about at $200 billion in total revenue as one of the country's biggest mega corporations. That's how much, not just how much spending we did, how much was straight up stolen under fraudulent terms. An entire Google of fraud we made. Like, that's mind-blowing. Investigators believe in some states, unemployment claims were fraudulent in up to 3/4 of the cases. And it's not like these are sophisticated operations. Like, a lot of times the stories are healthcare workers stealing the identities of people who died, or nursing home workers stealing the identities of their elderly patients, things like that. That's a little more sophisticated. A lot of them are just straight up made up nonsense. People were claiming cash under names like Poopy Britches. And many of the beneficiaries are foreign. Get a load of this story. It's unbelievable.
Crooks stealing billions in pandemic-related state unemployment benefits.
Claims being made in the names of inmates, death row people, dead people, fake people.
Sacramento District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert. Is this a fleecing of America?
It's the biggest fleecing of America I think we'll ever see.
California is ground zero, with an estimated $20 to $30 billion in fraud in just 2 years. That's equal to almost 10% of what California state agencies spent last year. Stolen. Who's behind it? Everyday Americans and criminals, even overseas crime syndicates cashing in on pandemic unemployment assistance. Many filing obviously fake claims using aliases like Minnie Mouse, Poopy Britches, and John Doe.
I can tell you that in some states, we saw as many as 3 out of 4 applications for some of the federal programs were very likely fraudulent.
75%?
75% in certain states.
A lot of people may think that, unemployment insurance fraud is kind of a victimless crime. You're just taking money from the government.
Well, ask anybody on the other side of a handgun, particularly, or an automatic weapon, or an AR-15 that's been purchased with unemployment insurance fraud. Ask them if that's a victimless crime.
The experts believe the scale of this fraud is expected to surpass $200 billion. That's the amount of money that Google's parent company made worldwide last year, you guys.
Yikes.
That's the DA in Sacramento. I think that's the same woman who was pleading with the California Parole Board last year or earlier in the year, not to release the Sacramento shooter guy. But on that topic, it's hilarious. First of all, who says, well, a lot of people think this is a victimless crime. You're just taking money from the government. Who says that? Show
I
me
haven't
one
heard anybody
person.
make that claim. Yeah.
Nobody says that. But then for the DA to go, well, what if they buy an AR with the money?
That's your biggest concern?
I do not give 2 shits what they buy with the money. Where did the government get that money?
Yeah.
They got it through either stealing directly from our wallets in the form of taxation.
We're paying for this, yes.
Or they stole it from your future by borrowing it, or they stole it from your savings by devaluing your savings by printing more money.
Exactly.
There is no situation in which this is not theft. if they got an AR out of the deal, that's, hey, great job. That's a cool thing you could buy, I guess.
I know.
To me, that's like better.
I respect you more. Yeah.
Oh my God. And the fact that they're foreign too. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Poopy Britches is actually a Chinese operative. But the fact that someone is looking at applications that say Poopy Britches or money that is being sent to foreign countries, enemies of ours. Again, just keep this in mind the next time that we're sold the nonsense that these people will help us in tough times. They took your money that you needed. They gave it to Poopy Britches in China. And the guy literally wrote Poopy Britches Ching Chong on the application, okay? Like, this is real. And we're supposed to believe that these are our government saviors who are going to help us through tough times. No, they're morons. All they're good at is stealing from you. Never forget.
They're not even that good at that.
Well, they did
if they
it with,
were really serious about theft, they wouldn't also be simultaneously causing inflation.
well, but that's all that is another form of, I guess the point
They're
maybe you're making-
devaluing the money that they've stolen.
Yeah, but
It's
if you can
foolish.
steal infinitely,
But you
you'll always
can't.
have more money than the plebs.
We're going to have like a $1 trillion note like Zimbabwe.
Yeah. But if you're the elite who has the $100 trillion bills, then you're still in better shape.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe. If they actually devalue themselves out of the game, that will be justice. Maybe, but the problem is they can't do that without devaluing everybody else into absolute poverty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to change my channel name to Poopy Britches now. I love
I
that.
like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to go back to having an online alias.
It's too late now, Matt
Yeah,
Christensen.
I know. I can't go back. But if I was restarting, it'd be Poopy Britches.